From the YBA Phoenix Fitness 24/7 basketball facility in Rockland, California, it's Bout That Life podcast with your host, Coach C. Collins and Coach MJ.
Get it started. 3, 2, 1, let's go.
Hey, welcome to Bout That Life. I'm Coach C. Collins.
Coach MJ, GGT.
I'm DBBoutabag.
He would put himself there. Thank you again for those who are tuning in. We appreciate you. Biggest thing is, what are we? This episode 30, right? Right,
yeah, 29.
Or 29. Is it 20? No, yeah, it's 30. No, he's 30. 29
okay.
was AT.
Okay.
Yeah, so this is 30, man.
3-0.
Yeah, so we're getting there. We're getting once we get to my age,
y'all
I'm
ain't
happy.
even been going for too long.
No, this only a year. Only a year.
Started last summer.
Yeah. So, you know, if you're tuning in, if you're checking us out audio wise, you know, please hit that follow, leave a comment, hit a review. If you're checking us out on YouTube, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, help us out with the algorithms. Much appreciated. One small click for you, big help to us. Again, let me shout out my sponsors real quick. If you're looking for good tournaments, go to Hardwood Palace. If you're an AAU program looking for good competitive tournaments, different levels, go ahead and shoot up there. Shout out to West Coast Legends. If you need jerseys, sublimation, T-shirts, cups, any type of merchandise you need out there, go ahead and hit them up. All their links will be in the description and their contact information. Let them know About That Life sent you, and they'll hook you up with a good price. Also, be sure to hit up Dr. Dish. Obviously, the weather is getting kind of ugly right now, so, you know, it wouldn't be a bad time to invest in a shooting machine. So next time the weather gets good, or if you can get indoors, you can get out there and get a bunch of shots up as opposed to shooting in the rain and chasing the basketball around. Go ahead, hit them up. Let them know About That Life sent you, and they'll hook you up with a discount. Now, let's talk about our guests. So this guest I know personally.
I don't know you, bro.
Shut up. He's definitely he's definitely one of my sons, one of many kids I've watched grow up, and I still try to give him a little bit of guidance, even though he grown now. You know, these kids get grown; they're grown now. So,
nah, this really my guy right here. Like, all jokes aside, like, I really got a lot of love for this bum right here. Like, he taught me a lot. You feel me? I used to have a real bad attitude.
Yeah,
like back in the day.
Yes,
he
did.
Like anger issues and stuff. He kind of helped me. He gave me a couple little long talks that I probably didn't feel like listening to at the moment, but ended up working out in the long run. So I appreciate him for sure.
No problem, and I'm very proud of him. Just want to make sure that's very clear and out there. I'm very proud of him and his group of guys who I connected with. We're going to get all into that more into the show. And talk about his history with YBA and basketball and just how that ties in. But, you know, this should be a great show. I'm glad he's here. Mm-hmm. And without further ado, let me introduce DBBoutabag.
Welcome. Finally.
Right? Y'all.
How many times we have to reschedule?
Like 7 or 8. I mean, y'all don't know because you guys are just tuning in. It took a while to get this man here. So
I've been telling you, like, a lot of my kids that I train, like, I remember the first time we posted that he was going to have, like, all my kids was like, oh, yo, hey, I'm about to tune in, coach. I'm about to listen.
After, like, the 5th time, they're like, all right, y'all full of shit.
Like,
he
ain't
full of that. Like, y'all don't even know him. Yeah, so no, it was actually really cool. The whole process to get him here, but again, I'm just glad that he's here and able to talk about his journey. And you know, with this show, we really try to reiterate. Me and Mark really try to reiterate that, you know, the culture of basketball isn't just strictly about basketball. Yep. It's just the unifying thing that builds that brotherhood, right? Sure. And then my role in this, obviously me being a 38-year-old man and trying to pay it forward and mentor young black men like him. I feel Derrick, like I know y'all know him as DB, I know him as Derrick, so I feel like Derrick.
It's cool, y'all can call me Derrick for today. I'll get a pass today, but outside of this room, I'm gonna ignore you. I don't know.
But I'm very, like his watching his journey, his evolution. It's just fun for me to watch. And kids like him. You know, we had one of his teammates in our earlier episodes, Kai Huntsberry, who's currently playing.
Right there,
who currently playing. I forgot the college. Was it not Long Beach?
Mount Mary's or
something like that.
Yeah, but he's doing his thing right now this season. Proud of him. I mean, watching these guys' journeys, like I don't know if you remember Jake. You remember Jake?
Yeah, I remember Jake.
He's at Rutgers playing football.
White boy, right?
Yeah. He's at
Jake,
Rutgers playing football. So it's like I get to watch a lot of these guys grow up and do their journeys.
I would have thought he would have been hooping.
Yeah. No, he started killing it in football and he got a full ride to Rutgers. So I mean, it's really fun. And talking about that today, that's the thing I want to reiterate out there, that regardless of where you end up, right? Regardless of your wherever your process takes you, you know what I mean? The brotherhood of the basketball community can always be good to you and always be there for you, because you create bonds and relationships. And I know for me, it's always been big to want to pay it forward, to want to help you guys and grow, because I don't want you to make the same fucking mistakes I am. I think I'm very transparent in my life and on this show that I'm human. I've made a lot of fucked up decisions in my life, because you've been to my mom's house. She showed you, you've seen where I've grown up. And
I've slept in there.
Yeah. And then AAU tournaments at Soldier Town. I had him and Durant, and there was my mom, my grandma, my dad.
That's dope.
We had, remember the big blue van, the old school van?
Big blue van, a lot of hot car rides in here. I'm talking about damn near passing out on the way to Oakland and that.
That's why it's God. Like, I
and
want
a lot of Drake songs.
Yeah. So what? I like Drake.
A lot of Drake songs.
That's funny.
I mean, I just want people to understand, listening or watching or however, AAU basketball, man, basketball in general can impact so many people and affect the youth in such a positive way that I feel like you're a living reflection of that. So I just, I know I'm going off a little tangent, but I just want to say how proud of you I am, man.
I appreciate that. I appreciate it. And I felt like I know to a lot of people on the outside looking in, it seemed like I got my shit together so quick. You feel me? Like, it's like, oh, well, DB woke up one day and he was DB, like, famous rapper. But really, like, I feel like I didn't know. I was kind of lost in the sauce for a minute after I started hooping. Like, you feel me? After I was hooping, I didn't know I was going to start rapping. Or I always had a feeling for the music. And I used to write a couple little songs every now and again. But I never knew it was going to be serious to the point where I'm going out of state, doing shows, shooting videos, doing these big features with artists that I've been listening to since I was a little nigga. Like, so like it became like humbling, like for real. Like, and thinking about basketball, like basketball just, I wouldn't say it all the way made me the man I am today, but it definitely taught me like key principles. And not even it just like, I'm not even gonna say basketball, just being around him. Like him always just being such on top of his shit, like, and taking care of everything. And he, like, coach, he one of them dudes, like, if he taken care of and you around him, he gonna take care of whoever around him. Like, he gonna make sure everybody good. He gonna make sure everybody fed, ate, clothes, slept somewhere, rides. Like, you good. If you in coach hands, you are great. Like, I've been good. I probably could still sleep on this couch if I needed to today.
Of course.
They gave me chills
So,
right
like,
there.
oh, like, for real, like,
man.
no, that's real, like that's real, like this dude, bro, he crazy, like, he crazy, bro. He used to, I don't even want to get into that, but he crazy, bro.
I always try, man. It's always a method to the madness.
Yeah.
Well, then let me ask you my first thing. So, you obviously got a chance to play high-level AAU basketball. We won a national championship in Vegas, the Bigfoot tournament. He was a part of my first team that won that with Kai and all that.
I got injured, I think, like the third game.
Yeah. He sprained his ankle, so he couldn't. Yeah, he couldn't play the remainder games. But let's make this clear: he could ball. He was super athletic, long, lanky. You know, what I mean, he's like 6'4", so you know he could hoop, no doubt about that. Him and Durant were two.
Well, give me a comparison.
Who I think he played like
college league. I've never seen him play. So
I think. Well,
what's a comparison? What's a good comparison?
I think he could have. I definitely think he could have played college if he would have. Yeah, I think he could have played college if he worked to it. But if I had to say a player to compare him to, I'm trying to think of a current player because I'm always thinking old school, like 90s and 2000s and stuff. But
I mean, you could throw in that too. Yeah, what was his game like? You know what I'm
saying? He was
an all around player.
Yeah, he could play. He was a natural scorer. He had a natural score set. Yeah. And he had really good athleticism. I want to say, to me, I model his game more like John Wall.
Okay.
You know what I mean? That's like as far as a current NBA, like John Wall in his prime. Like in his prime. Okay. You know what I mean? Before the injuries. I mean, John Wall can still ball. Let me act like he's not a ball. But if I want to say maybe kind of in my era or an older era, I'll say like a Rudy Gay.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like I kind of like that style, the combination of the athleticism, the scoring ability, things like that, and
rebound, on the floor.
You know what I mean? He's the type,
take charges. Man.
Yeah.
I'm taking charges the whole game. I'm getting dirty.
He's the type, he could drop 20 to 30 a game, or he might have only an 8-point game, but he'll get you like 8 rebounds, 5 assists, some blocks. You know what I mean? He's
first team on defense.
Yeah. So and where me and him got along. He's a competitor. He he knows I hate to fucking lose, and he hated to fucking lose. So that was our common understanding.
Really lose a lot.
I know we did, but
we used to argue when we won.
I know. That's what I'm saying, because you know how much I hated losing.
We used to still get into it after we won. We had a locker room. Everybody mad that we won.
That's true. That's how intense it got.
So what? Coach Chris was like, man, we should have won by 30.
Yeah,
we should have won by 40.
Coach is just. I'm not gonna say he just want everything to be perfect, but he just sees where things could be improved at. You feel me? So after the game, before he pat us on the back and tell us y'all had a good game, he gonna be like, "Hey, nigga, you should have used your left hand more. Hey, bro, what's wrong with you? You're not gonna get it back on." Like, you know what I mean? He gonna chew us out before he give us the pat on the back. For
True,
sure.
because I just my reflection, man. Like Mark, for me, you always can learn. You always you could always get better. You know what I'm saying? And that's always something a big deal. That's always something I always wanted to get to my boys, is like you can always improve on something. You can always find something. Even if you find success, there's still something you can learn, right? Yep. So that's something I always wanted to instill in him.
Infinite gain, like you always say.
Right.
Always chase perfection.
Right.
Always.
Sure. So then, what would you say overall your experience with AAU basketball? Always kind of lead with that question. Like, what do you feel about AAU basketball? Good, bad, everything.
Basketball is like, it's a good experience for sure. Like, it's definitely a good experience, especially if you love hoop, you're younger, and you feel me. You want to see a different side of hoop outside of just high school hoop. You feel me? Because AAU is totally different from high school. I'm not gonna say totally different, but it's definitely different in terms of how many games you run. Your days are longer, like training sessions are longer. Like you might be in the gym all day, have 5 games back to back. Like you feel me? So some kids can't do that. Like you feel me? I done seen dudes quit. Like I done seen a bunch of dudes quit. Like you feel me? Just because I'm tired, too many games, or we just had games yesterday. Or, you feel me? Yeah. Like so, but overall, it was a dope experience. I got to meet some people. I got to travel a little bit. Like going to Vegas, that was my first time ever leaving Sacramento.
Wow. Okay.
Like that was my first time ever going out of the city. Like so that was a. I'll never forget that. Like that was my first time going to Vegas. Like so
he traveled like him and Durant. And shout out to Durant. That's like his that's his brother basically. Those two really gravitated with me a lot, and he has a bunch of teammates from that Encina team who I still love to this day. Victor, Jarrell, who am I missing? Marshawn.
Oh, my boy.
Yeah, big Marshawn. Like all those guys. Like I love you guys to death. If you hear the show, you know, just let you know you guys are always welcome to come to YBA, and you're always got a spot with me. You know, like I think I tell you all the time, Mark, when I coach a kid, he's always, you know what I mean, he's always with me, like, period. And it doesn't matter. You know, I do everything I can to help him. And so, you know, with Derrick kind of being with me all the time, my goal was I wanted to expose, especially because he had, in my opinion, great basketball potential. Yeah. I wanted to expose him to as much competition as possible. You know what I mean? Now,
I used to just get discouraged a lot when it came to hoop. Like, sometimes I wouldn't have no hoop shoes, or like, you feel me? I wouldn't have, like, you feel me? Just little essentials, look good, feel good, play good type shit. Yeah. So like, that kind of discouraged me not want to hoop. Other coaches on bullshit. Like, so like, Coach really like made it fun. You feel me? He made it like fun, because I kind of was just hooping to stay out of trouble at first. Like, you feel me? But Coach like showed me a different side of the hoop. He showed me like the more, it's deeper than hoop type thing. You feel me? Like, it's not just a game. Like, it's deeper. Like, you feel me? You could really, I can't really put it in words, but like.
Well, it sounds like, because just listening to how he describes you, like it's about life. You know, if you master life, basketball is nothing. It's easy.
Like, it's like basketball kind of just, you feel me? It had me, it just got my head straightened. You feel me? It had me on the right track. You feel me? And I used to be on some wanting money, and in high school wanting to pull up in a car to school and all this. I was kind of infatuated by the money. You feel me? So I kind of used to ditch school and do my little stuff. I used to get in trouble. You feel me? Whatever.
That's an understatement.
I used to get in trouble a little bit. You feel me? I was getting high. I was doing hella. I wasn't really like. Yeah, I wasn't gonna go to college for sure.
At least you know, and that's all right.
Keep it at 100.
I wasn't gonna go to college, bro. But I knew I loved hoop, and I knew I was gonna play AAU until I couldn't play no more. You feel me? Yeah. So like, that's all that mattered.
And the good part is you had success in it, because it wasn't that you just played, but you had success in it. You know what I'm saying? So then let's talk about your music. Let's talk about that, right? Because that's obviously something that's got you on the map. Something well, quite frankly, I'm sure you're proud of, right? You know what I mean? You have to be, you know. So that journey, because the last episode we just had another artist. You know, like I told you, Coach Anderson, AT. For you being where you're at, where you're sitting currently, I mean, you know, how do you feel about it? How's that journey? I mean, how, you know, to reflect on it.
I feel good, you know. I feel like nothing happened too fast. I feel like everything been happening at a good pace. I haven't got overly rich hella quick. You feel me? To where I kind of get blinded by it, blinded by the money and all the stuff. Like, I feel like I'm doing good. Like, I'm doing good for sure. I'm taking it. I'm choosing my battles with it also. Yeah. Like, I'm not going to every show. I'm not doing everything that comes my way, but I'm doing the power moves, if that makes sense. Okay. You feel me? But shit. I mean, it's cool. I didn't think it's just the beginning. You feel? Even though a lot has been going on, out of state shows and shows back to back and baby tours and albums. I probably got like 5 albums out, I think.
Didn't you just drop one?
Yeah, I just dropped one last month. 2 Clocks 2. I think I got like 5 or 6 albums. Like, it's just the beginning. Like, I know I got a long way to go and I got a lot to learn. And I feel like when I got into it, I was like, I didn't know nothing. All I knew was make music. You feel me? All I knew was make music, studio and make music. I didn't know the drop in and the album covers and the videos and the fans and the social medias. I didn't know none of that. I just knew make music and post it on your little YouTube or whatever. So when I actually started taking it serious, Like, a lot of people tell me this is crazy, but my first serious video that I ever shot and dropped it on thizzler, I believe it hit like 20K in a month or something.
Wow.
Like, or 15 or something like that. You feel me? My first ever video,
Well, the song that at least the one I believe in from all the, I don't know because I talk to the kids. They love you. They listen to what you said. The song that really got you more and more, for sure, I want to say close to mainstream success was Fettuccine, right?
Mm-hmm.
You drop Fettuccine, it goes viral. Everybody's listening to it. I'm seeing people, my kids listening to it over and over again on repeat. They're telling me about. I didn't know that was even his fucking rapper name as he was becoming famous. They were like, "Yeah, this DB." I was like, "Okay, that's cool." Like, and then I see who the physical person is. I said, "That's fucking Derrick." Like, that's what I said. And they were like, "Who, coach?" I said, "I coached him." Like, and so that you got fame, or I say, like I said, I think that's your, and you could correct me if I'm wrong, but I just think that was your song that got you, your jump start. And when that's happening, how does that feel? I mean, what that feel like?
It was the song before that. It was Bad Clint Tripping.
Okay.
That's the song that really got me, like, my fan base. Like, that was my style right there. That's my main style. A lot of energy, turned up.
What year was that?
Shit talking. I would say like 2018.
Okay.
So
when that happens, I mean, was it like surreal for you? Were you like, oh shit, this is really happening? Like,
it was slowly happening.
Okay.
You feel me? The song didn't hit 1 million views until like 8 months or something. So it was a little stretch. But slowly but surely I would see, and then I would notice more people slapping me. I would notice my partners or people I would link up with that just always be talking about me or be saying like, "Bro, I heard somebody slapping you, or people talking about you, or they didn't believe that I knew you," like type shit. I used to just be thinking like, people just saying shit, but I still run into that. It's like 10 times worse now. So like, look, thinking back on it right now, like, it was happening and I didn't know. You feel me? And right in front of my face, I didn't know what was really happening. I'm thinking it's just, feel me, cool, but it was happening like fast. Like, I was becoming a real rapper. Like.
That's it.
So I think for me, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, I'm just going off of kind of how I see it. You're to me, you're like 1 or 2 steps away from hitting like that true mainstream success, right? To where like everyone in the country is going to know you and your style and things like that. I feel like you're 1 or 2 notches away from that. If that happens, is there like any personal goals of yours? Are there certain artists you would like to maybe collab with and things like that? I mean, I feel like as an artist, you always have that in the back of your life. Like, man, I would love to do one with E40 or one, with Jay-Z or something. Like, is there a couple like top 3 guys you think like, man, I'd love to collab with one day?
On some like just like younger kids slapping my dad and mom shit. Like, if I ever become that famous and I have access to this verse, I definitely need a Lil Wayne verse. Like,
nice.
I definitely need a Lil Wayne verse for sure. Like,
I'll be sick.
That's mandatory.
And who else? You got 1 or 2 more?
I don't know about a top 3. I would say Wayne. Oops. Our styles are not the same, but I'm a fan of that nigga Kevin Gates. Kevin Gates is dope to me.
Okay.
Who else? One more, last but not least, I would have to say G Herbo too.
Nice. Okay.
G Herbo.
All right.
That would be another big artist that I would say I want to work with. So that was my top 3. If I could ever get access to them verses, them is the 3 verses I would want for sure.
That's dope.
Nice. And then so any outside of the album you just dropped, like we were just talking outside, but I'm just saying you have other projects or anything going on in the works right now you want to bring up?
I'm working on another project right now. I'm probably I plan on putting 20 songs on it. Usually I only do 10 or 11 type shit, but this time I wanted to make it a bit bigger, make it longer, something for the fans, you feel me? Or not even for the fans, I just want to do something different. I want to push myself a little harder, because sometimes on my last projects, I'll get to the 9th, 10th song, like, man, I'm just gonna drop these. Like, I'm just tired of holding on to them, you feel me? But I want to push myself to do like 20 to like 15 to 20 songs.
Okay.
Majority of them. I haven't came up with a name yet. I probably got like 4 or 5 songs done right now.
Okay.
But it's a process. I've been having hella shows and I've been running around. So it's hard to stay in the studio. I don't like only going to the studio for an hour or 2 hours. I like to be in there all day so I can lock in. Like, I need at least minimum 8 hours in there. Like
that seems to be a thing. And again, I don't know the process. So you're talking to somebody who's an outsider, right? But like I can only reflect on and he's a friend of mine. He actually helped sponsor my teams before, Mr. Fab. Stanley.
And that's crazy because Mr. Fab is like a good friend of mine now. Like that's what
I'm saying. Have you guys ever connected? Yeah.
Like,
they're telling.
I get love at the Dope Air store. Like Unc is cool. Like I get love down there. Like Unc.
If you ever go down there and you say, hey Fab, I was coached by Coach Chris. He'll definitely have some good laughs with you about that.
Fab is he didn't definitely put some game in my ear. Like some real game though. That's like dope. Some game I'm not even finna tell y'all. Like, some game I could really use. So like I appreciate Fab for that. Even the first time me even chopping it up with him on Instagram. My first time ever interacting with Fab. I got on his live and freestyle for him.
That's dope.
And he was just telling me he was fucking with it. They gave me a little Instagram post, hella little stuff like that.
Nice, well, because I know. Well, I'm just saying for him, he'll go in the studio and be in there like 24 hours straight and try to crank out a bunch of songs. So that just seems to be a big process for artists.
Can't do 24.
Yeah, like
I can do 12. I did most hours I did was 12, 13.
Nice.
One day.
Wow. Yep, straight flat.
But you got to be, like you say, you got to be dedicated to your craft, right?
Definitely, for sure.
So no, that's good. So I want to circle back. I want to talk back about your YBA team that kind of put, like we were talking about, this was before the show, on the map. You were telling me and Derrick were kind of filling in Mark, but I want people to hear about it, kind of that process, that journey, because it's actually pretty relevant in terms of having Low on the show. He was the vice president of the Oakland Soldiers, having him on the show, and then AT on the show, because we were just talking about how it takes a team to really make a championship caliber, an AAU championship caliber team. That it's a process. And because at first I had Derrick and Duran playing with another coach and another team, Coach Adam. Shout out to Coach Adam. Because I wanted them to learn AAU style. So if you want to say my team was the A team, they were the B team. They were A caliber players. He definitely was, but he didn't have the experience.
He wanted us. I remember you telling us you wanted us to play for Coach Adam, and we was hella mad.
Yeah.
But you was telling us like we need to get used to dealing with other coaches because you was preparing us just in case we did go to college and you wasn't our college coach.
Yeah.
I remember you was telling us that like because not everybody is gonna be as cool as you, and not everybody we're not gonna be able to communicate as good, and we're not gonna be able to relate as much.
I wanted you to get used to different voices.
Just that by itself makes us easier to communicate and relate with. So like you just wanted us. I remember us telling he wanted us to. You feel me? And I feel like even that, like that something so small like that can even be so big as in for you to be able to switch it up when you're around. Like you feel me? Because me and Duran coming to here to YBA, like man, it was like 2 black sheep
literally in a very white area,
in a white rice field. Like, you feel me?
That's what it is.
It was uncomfortable. It was definitely uncomfortable for us. Like,
but I was trying to teach them. How
like
to
that is always gonna be like you gotta be comfortable with being uncomfortable. You feel me? So like, and he just used to tell us like, you could just come in and show out and ball. Yeah. You feel me? And nigga, that's what we did. And then as they started seeing we was serious and we was coming all the time, and we was actually hooping and competing, like they was backing up off us a little bit. They was giving us. And not even talking about the coaches in the program. I'm talking about the players. You feel me? The other YBA players. They was giving us a little hard time. You feel me? On during the warm ups and shit. You feel me? But once we start kicking that uncomfortable shell door down, wasn't nobody. They wasn't. You feel me? Fucking with us no more. Yeah. They actually could see that we actually had talent. We wasn't no scrubs just coming on the court trying to, you feel me, outrun something.
Yeah.
You feel me?
And then once they evolved, got comfortable, then I put them on my team, and
it was ready.
That's when they were ready. They got that experience and put them on my team, and We just went
Coach
off to the
Adam
races.
was still there too. He was around. Still.
Yeah, he was. He was.
around
So
still.
we made that happen. Their team's just
Good
so
coach for sure.
Yeah,
Definitely
he is. He is
coach.
good dude, good brother.
sure.
Shout out to Coach Adam, big time.
Shout out Coach Adam for sure.
And then just so people listening, looking, understand. So that team, and you know, I'm gonna well, you guys will see it because we're gonna have photos up on the show. You guys are gonna, if you're watching it, if you end up watching it on YouTube, I'll show the old school photos and their championship photos and all that good stuff. That team in particular, like I said, it was such a just a very unique group of different mixed kids, different backgrounds. We had a 6'8", 6'9" Indian kid, and then you had
The team was like divided into groups of two.
Yeah.
Like it would be like these two kids went to school together, these two kids
Right.
did, these two kids did, these two kids
Exactly.
did. And we was all from all over.
Right.
So it was like nobody knew each other coming
For real.
into the season.
Wow.
And then slowly but surely, as we kept winning and rolling, they just kind of unified. And the unique thing about this team, this was the Beastmode team, the team that was sponsored by Marshawn Lynch and whatnot, and he backed it up. And that's when he came to the games, and you know, I'll have that photo up and everything too.
Wow.
But yeah, no, these guys were a part of that. They were in all intents and purposes, and I'm just so it's on record, like his team that won in Vegas, and that team that was together, they are the ones that helped put YBA on the map. YBA owes a lot of who we are today due to him and those teams. It's not me blowing smoke up their butt. Like they earned that shit. Now again, I'll give myself credit as a coach because you know I had to recruit
definitely.
and coach these guys, but they're the players, and they showed a great reflection. They bonded. They got unity. I think you guys. I mean, like you said, you all might not talk every day, but I think you all are always going to be cool with each other. Yeah,
that kind of took the words out of my mouth just now. I was literally just going to say, like, that team, I could tap in with everybody on that team, and it's still cool to this day. We link up. Like, me and Kai still talk all the time. We play the game. Like,
That's dope.
even though I might not see him all the time, like, I have a good relationship with Kai's dad, like his mom. Like, it's cool. Like, it's love. It's all love. It's always been all love.
Because when I see him individually, you know,
and it really
we
happened
talk
like
about
that after the Vegas. It's crazy. It was after Vegas when we really like
Came together.
Yeah, because we were sleeping all in the same one living room, the whole team, one living
we
room.
rented this big ass Airbnb and all
like,
that stuff.
Feel me?
Yeah,
We sleeping on lawn chairs in the living room from the backyard. Like, you feel me? Putting pillows on them and shit. Like, up all night. We got a whole tournament tomorrow. And we up till 7 in the morning.
These AAU trips you parents don't know about how crazy it gets, man.
That's crazy.
But no, they bonded and they you know, they and we played some tough fucking teams,
We
man.
did, bro.
We
I'm
played
not
some
gonna lie.
teams.
We did.
We played Kenya Martin Jr.'s team.
We did. We met the Cavs coach.
Yep, met the Cavs after they won. Tyronn Lue, Kenya Martin. You know, it was great. Al Harrington was around. All
This
of
shit sound like this shit need to be on Netflix. they need to do some last chance you like go back.
No, right. It would,
like, on some
man.
real
I'm telling
shit.
you, their team was. It would be a great. It honestly would be a great show.
That would be a good show.
Because they all, funny enough, they all in their own way became successful in whatever they're doing. Like
Do you
Durant,
know how Jack doing?
Jack. No, I haven't seen him in. I assume he's doing. No. You know what? I did see Jack. He's actually coaching now.
He's coaching.
He's coaching now
Jack
at the
was
Del Oro.
cold.
Yeah, he's
Jack
actually
was
coaching now.
Cold,
He's he went to
that's
college.
A cold white boy right there.
I think he was playing, but unfortunately COVID happened, so he had to come back. But I think he's coaching at Del Oro now, still working on his bachelor's. But yeah, no, he's living good. He's
Jack
doing good.
is the only white boy I know love fried chicken more than a black kid. I swear, bro.
Okay.
Jack love fried chicken more than a black kid. I swear, bro.
Splash for my boy Jack.
That's my boy right there.
That's dope.
It's like because do you remember Carson?
Yep,
White boy Carson.
Carson.
Yeah, Carson Sparks. He played at Sierra. Now he's at Division II in Montana. I don't remember exactly. Damn, do you remember Joe?
Hey, bro, one of y'all got to give me some tickets, bro. Y'all doing all this Division 1 and 2 hooping. What's up with y'all, bro?
They listen to this show. I'm sure they'll give it to you. They'll hear you. No,
something.
That's what I'm saying. His whole team, in one way, shape, or form, actually was really successful. But it really was just this ragtag group of you know, when we came into the Vegas, it wasn't like nobody knew us. Nobody
for sure, nobody
expected us to do shit, really.
Yeah.
But we really came out there and just balled out.
That's what's up.
You know, I have a kid, like, for instance, one kid on their team that's, I love this kid to death. Roy, you remember Roy?
Yeah.
Roy McGinnis. So he's, this kid, he could ball, he could score. He went to Del Campo. I think he holds the record for like most points in a quarter for them. Like he dropped like, I want to say 30-something points in one quarter. It was ridiculous.
Damn.
This dude can score. Yeah. He's at Sac City JC right now.
Okay.
But he's a genius. He's clinically diagnosed as a genius. He got a perfect. You didn't even know this, but he got
you see my face? I'm like,
he got
as a genius.
he got a
That's
perfect
something?
he got a perfect score on the math portion of his SAT.
Damn.
Like he can get one answer wrong.
What
He
the
he was on. He did it in front of me, but they took him to these trials. So his dad, his dad's an engineer. I think mom's a doctor, or no, or it might be reversed. Sorry, but either way, like parents, super smart people, great people, love them to death. But like he can multiply any math equation in his mind. So like they had him on TV doing this shit. It was hella funny. Like
TV?
so, yeah. It was something he showed me, and then he did it in front of me. Like he can go, he'd say, "Give me any number, and we'll start from 50." So it'll go like 5 times 50 is 5 times 51 is this, 5 times 52 is it, and he could just do the math in his mind just like that. That was like his shooting guard. You see what I'm saying? Like Kai was the point, he was the shooting guard, he was the small forward. I mean, that was the type of weird mix. Just so people understand, like these dudes had so many different backgrounds and stuff, but they just came together.
If you would see all of us together, you would never. That wouldn't even slip your mind. You're gonna be like, "Who is these ignorant?"
If you guys had like a reunion, and like, this team right here beat Kenya Martin.
Exactly.
They beat, you know,
Right, and it's crazy because you'd be like, "No way, no, they did." It's like, yes, they did. Yes,
That's
they
dope.
did. So, no, man, it was a great time. It was a great group. I really appreciate having them and having the opportunity to coach them. Next thing I wanted to ask you, just reflecting on it, how before we move on to the NBA and all that other good stuff, what I'm really proud of you on, and we talked about it before the show, is regardless of where you're at with your financial success, your fame, your following, all that stuff, you seem to really try to keep yourself grounded. I said the same thing on when Marcellus was here too. Like, that's one thing I'm very proud of guys I've coached like that, finding their success. He's as you saw when we were group texting, he doesn't big time me. He doesn't, he's like, oh, who's this guy? Like, you know what I mean? He's never big time me. He's still the same knucklehead kid that I see. And, he's always kept his group tight. Yeah. Like some of the guys we were talking about at Encina High School that I coached, he's still very close with them, and tries to, and he's, you got to keep in mind where he's at in his life now. He's kind of he's the face of it now. You know what I mean? He's kind of the leader of his pack, but he's always been real humble and takes care of his guys. What's helped you to do that? Like, what's helped you keep that mentality?
Damn.
The kind of,
I don't know. I think it's just in me.
Yeah.
Feel me? I think it's just in me. Like, once I feel like we got a bond, if I call you brother, or like if you were like a real friend, like, I don't know. It's just in me. It's just natural. I can't say, oh, this happened to make me do this or act like this to my guys. It's just
who you are.
Yeah, it's just what it is. Like, I can't really explain that.
Good. I mean, that's huge. I just want people to. That's why I talk about this kind of stuff on the show. It's just because I want kids, I want parents, I just want people to see the impact basketball can have on somebody's life. Yeah, that's why I was so hell bent on having you on the show. It's just because I'm so proud of you, and I just feel you're a reflection of the positive basketball can have. Right?
Definitely, hoop made me more mature. Like, it made me a little bit wiser than it put me a little bit ahead of my time, especially dealing with this old head right here. Like, so
I'm getting there, man. I'm getting more and more grades. Yeah, of course.
So, like, you feel me? He put some game in you. You feel me? And also the game put some game in you. You feel me? You notice other stuff. You gotta notice how you gotta act. It's not all games are the same. If not all coaches are the same. Sometimes you gotta deal with crowds. You gotta deal with refs. Sometimes it be bullshit refs. Like basketball just made me more mature. It teaches you a little bit how to hold your own out there. You feel me? When you on the court and it's this competitive team. And you can't call a timeout, or you playing defense, and you gotta just step up to the plate. You feel me?
Yeah.
You could kind of use that as life. When life hits you, you can't just play defense and back down all the time. You gotta step up to the plate and apply some pressure. You feel me? You gotta box out.
Yeah.
You feel me? You gotta close out. What I meant to say.
No, I know what you're saying. I like it, man. I like it a lot. Mark, you had any last questions or anything before we go?
Yeah, before we go to
the NBA.
Stuff, one question I kind of want to ask you, and I know you don't, especially with the music now, but I'm trying to tie this in because I know a lot of my kids listen to this, is for you to get to this success when it comes to the music side, because of course, like, it's not just all luck. Like, you put in work.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, for all my kids listening where, they can still translate this to sports, what type of work did you have to, like, what is it for you every single day, whether it's a motivation, whether it's your work ethic, what led you from, 2016 and now we're in 2022 that got you to this point?
I would have to say real life stuff, and also me just falling in love with the culture more as time go on. You feel me? Because when I first started, I wasn't really like all the way into it like I am now. So but I would say I done lost a couple of friends, couple of my partners done died. You feel me? In the past years, and that motivates me for sure. That it makes me want to be able to show them what they couldn't see while they was here. You feel me? So that's motivational.
That's powerful.
And really just falling in love with music. Period. As you work more and you see your work, it's a different feeling when you see your work working.
Yeah.
Feel me? When you actually see your work working for you, and you actually getting paid, and you see your hard work getting you views, and you feel me? When you notice them long ass training sessions, you actually notice that jumper starting to hit in the corner that wasn't hitting last month. You feel me? It's the same thing. You feel me? It's when you start seeing that it's working, it's okay, then I could really do this. If I did this 50% and this happened, if I do it 150%. Ain't no telling, you feel me, what'll go down. Yeah. You feel me? So
that's dope.
That's how it is.
Well, nice. Well, let's talk NBA a little bit, right? Because there is a bunch going on there.
Yeah.
First off, what's your favorite team?
I'm hella mad I missed the Sacramento Lakers game. That was just
Well, that was preseason when I went. That was preseason. That don't count.
No, wasn't LeBron and Rondo and everybody just out here?
No. I don't think so. No, the Lakers didn't play, did they? You would know more than me.
I swore they did.
I think not regular season.
Not regular season.
Okay,
that was preseason.
Okay.
That was preseason.
Okay.
They were out here, but that was preseason.
Okay.
And they lost. So
the Lakers lost.
Yeah, the Lakers lost. Yeah.
We've been losing.
He's a Lakers fan, so that's. So what's your favorite team? Is it the Lakers or who you?
I don't really
or
have
you just got
a favorite
players?
team. I just I like my boy Dame. That's my boy.
Dame. Okay, I can't be mad at that.
That's my boy right there. I'm a big Dame fan.
All right.
I'm not really too much team. I don't really watch too much basketball.
Well, you're busy now. Shit,
yeah,
it's probably
I
hard
can't
for
really
you.
just sit down and watch it. But when it's a big game or something, and barbecue, you feel me, type shit, game vibe, I'm for sure sitting down watching the game, and I'm gonna pick my team, and I'm making my bets. And I'm doing my thing.
Let me ask you this: since you're a Dame guy, they've been talking. There's a lot of rumors about him possibly he need to leave Portland.
Yeah.
If he want to win a ship, but he's been kind of saying.
But Dame got that bag though.
Yeah.
It's crazy because Me and my partner was just having this conversation the other day because he was saying he was talking that ring shit. He was like, Dame don't got a ring.
Yeah.
But Dame got one of the highest contracts Isn't he one of the highest paid players?
I know he's paid.
Yeah.
I know he has.
He has a max contract with Portland.
Yeah, I believe
be
he's one of the
surprised.
highest paid players. Like,
I
it
would
was
not be
something like
surprised.
that. So, like, in the long run, you gotta think Dame is from the town.
Yeah.
You feel me? So you gotta think of a little black boy made it to the league. He not worried about no championship ring. He trying to make sure he got that bag. His family taken care of.
Right.
Everything is good. You
Yeah.
feel me? So I feel like me personally, I feel like Dame don't too much care about a ring.
Yeah.
Not
honestly.
yet. Not yet. I think he does, and he does. I mean, it's a combination of both.
Yeah, like,
but
I mean, it's definitely like, okay, I want a ring. Don't nobody just
want to
you know what I mean?
lose. Yeah, I'm
wanna
not saying he
lose.
doesn't want to
Definitely
lose.
that.
He wants to stay loyal. He don't.
But he
wanna-
wants to do it his own way,
Yeah,
right? He
yeah.
wants to do
Stick
it on
with one team.
Yeah, he doesn't want to. Doesn't want to be on a super team.
don't
That's
wanna
what
be
I
KD.
agree. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think he wants to do the super team route. That's what I think. But
I would switch him with Westbrook right now.
I bet
switch
you would.
him with Westbrook right
I bet
now,
you
bro.
would. You know
I
we're
would
gonna
switch those.
You know we're gonna talk about that. So like I said, D, I know you ain't get a chance to watch hoop that much, but Westbrook is making it very tough for the Lakers right now.
What, Westbrook not showing up?
Nah, man, it's bad.
It's terrible.
It's bad.
There's
I know
too
you'll
many
get.
stars on the team. That's why.
Turnovers, throwing up. He's shooting like 15% from three. He remember he got no. That's one thing that I do love about him. Like, he don't give a fuck. He ain't scared.
No, he ain't.
But it's like, bro, you gotta play smart. You out there just throwing up crazy shit. Like, it's tough right now, man.
Yeah.
It's tough.
It's-
LeBron's hurt. Fuck.
I feel like it's probably like that because he got some dogs to back him up, so he can kind of slack off a little bit.
Well, see, like I said, but LeBron's hurt right now. So LeBron's hurt. It's kind of
They
AD
made
and
for a
Westbrook.
month, too.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
a month. Oh,
yeah,
my
man.
God.
It's gonna be that Laker storyline is gonna be very interesting. I mean,
Yeah, it might get crazy.
what if? Okay, I'll tell y'all this. I'm talking about this. What if in this crazy shit they don't make the playoffs, bro? What if that actually was that?
Wait a
What
minute.
if that was to happen? They don't make the playoffs,
Damn,
or they get, or let's say they get the
I know
eighth
a
seed.
couple of. I know.
Wouldn't that be bad? I don't. I don't think that's gonna happen.
That.
But wouldn't that shit be crazy if that happened?
Fuck.
That I don't think.
It's like they build up this
That's scary.
overhyped ass star team, and then they don't even. It don't.
that would be crazy. Like, what would you do with that, man?
That would
is
definitely
tough.
hurt LeBron's legacy. And I
Yeah.
know he don't want that shit to happen, so don't make that shit happen.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But that would be all right.
I personally do not think that would happen, but
hope
I'm
not.
just saying. But it's just, it's rough right now for the Lakers
It
anyway.
is.
The Warriors are killing.
Oh, my
my
God.
Warriors are killing right now.
50? Curry?
Curry just had 50.
Oh
Yeah.
my God,
Bro,
seen that
like,
last night, I
and
believe.
I'm watching the highlights of it. I mean, Jesus,
Stupid.
man, what's so
Curry is
unique about this
mean.
guy. I mean, clearly he's a shooter, no doubt.
Yeah.
But I mean, the way he creates his shot, it's not
Yes.
like no one's guarding him.
Yeah, he's not a spot up
He
shooter.
No,
will definitely
like-
run around the whole team.
Yeah.
Double back and
he'll do. I mean, he can be a spot up shooter clearly,
Yeah, yeah,
but it's just saying, like, you look at those plays, and I mean, some of
Yeah.
the shots he's making are just unreal.
yeah, they for sure.
They just like, I'd be so discouraged as a defender. I'm like,
bruh.
like
Make you not
outside
even
of hacking this motherfucker, there's really nothing you can do.
Yeah.
Like nothing. Even and this is with the new rule change. I
Yeah.
mean, where they're letting the defenders get a little more physical.
Yeah.
So I got to give a lot of
Y'all looking
credit to
good,
him.
man. Yeah, when Clay come back and you guys got Wiseman coming back, y'all
Yeah,
looking
man.
kind of scary right
Yeah,
now.
man. I
Yeah,
think they're
I'm not
9-1
gonna
right
lie.
now. And again, it's still early, obviously. But
But
man,
that momentum in the beginning,
Yeah.
that counts in the long run. For
Yeah.
sure.
yeah, I'm
for
bet.
sure.
And so I don't know if you guys saw. I saw it obviously last night, and I've been talking about it all day. I don't know if you saw anything
Jokic?
about it. Yeah, the Jokic
Oh,
thing.
yeah. What do you think about
what
that?
happened?
Man, so
Oh,
my God.
yeah,
you,
when
you saw when he shoved
elbowed
him in the
the
back.
back.
Yeah, it's so there's been
I feel like was they losing?
no, the
Miami
Miami
was getting
Heat was
blown out.
losing, but so just so you understand the whole context, Miami Heat was losing, and they've been on a hot streak. Miami's been playing phenomenal, and the Nuggets and them got history.
I don't think he really elbowed him hella bad like that.
Nah, he did.
No,
he
that
did.
shit was
Jokic
bad.
about
fucked him.
bro in Miami.
Oh, you talking about?
that shit
He
mad.
did too.
The thing that made him mad, it didn't look like
Nah,
I feel like he put too much.
It's
he
because
hit
remember
him.
you gotta think like if Jokic was like 6'1", 180, he would have been flying. But
Yeah.
because Jokic is so big, it didn't
yeah.
look that bad.
I mean, you got to
Okay,
get
I mean,
because
on the
Jokic is
outside looking in,
six.
It really didn't look bad.
But Jokic
like,
is 6'11",
so you gotta think
284.
exactly. So if this little dude doing that to
But
him,
he
and
hit him
Jokic
right under the rib.
Yeah.
He hit him
And the
right there
game
in the
was
rib.
over.
You played hoop. You know.
Yeah.
You know.
went pop.
Come on. You know the difference when someone's like
I
doing
just
something
felt like
dirty.
bro was in the middle of the momentum running towards him.
Yeah, but I mean,
But
but I'm
just grab him. My thing, like,
he could have just grabbed him. He could have. He was trying to foul. He could have swiped his arm. He didn't have to do all that.
And Morris got a
and,
history.
and that's what you got to understand. The guy that did it, Markeith
got a
Morris,
history. He a thug.
and his
Right.
brother,
Okay.
Margaret, they have history of
Yeah.
doing this
Shit
dirty
like that.
type of shit.
Okay.
Yeah, it wasn't
So
like
he was kind of on top of it before.
Yeah,
he,
yeah.
He didn't
Yeah.
let shit slide. He
and
was
so
running
and
for
so
the
and
play.
Jokic kind of had this. Well, I'm sure before now, this theme of, oh, he's kind of soft.
Yeah.
You know, you be physical with him, he's kind of soft. Him and Luka, because they're European players. There's this whole theme that European players are soft, which is that's fucking ridiculous.
I've never really
but
noticed that.
yeah, exactly. But like, you know, that was the theme. And so
and he
when-
just won MVP last year.
yeah, he just won every. And so when Markeith did it, you know, he thought he turned his back because he didn't think Jokic was going to do anything. He just thought, yeah, I'm gonna punk this white boy and he ain't
And
gonna do
maybe
shit.
that's why I thought it wasn't intentional. Or it was like a momentum thing.
Nah,
because he
he-
turned his back and he
Yeah.
was
Yeah,
like,
no, he
yeah.
shoved him because he just
Feel
thought
me?
like, oh, this motherfucker ain't gonna do nothing. You know, when you certain
for sure.
motherfuckers, you feel like, man, he ain't gonna do
He
nothing.
tried to test him real quick.
And
Got
Jokic let him know real quick, like, bro.
Jokic yoked his ass up.
Jokic don't do that. You know, if he
Yeah.
if he had to do that, he was pissed. If he don't do that shit,
Exactly.
He looked at hella mad.
Yeah.
though.
For real.
Like, he looked at high.
And what's crazy is so now we see the social media aftermath
the
because there's always a
brothers.
social media aftermath, the Twitter beefs, the Marcus left a tweet saying, "Oh, hit him in the back, noted," and then his brothers
don't want to
tweeted. And it's, just to be clear, Jokic has two brothers. One's an actual boxer / UFC fighter, and the other one I think is just a big motherfucker. And they're all three like
they
7
all
foot.
huge?
Yeah, they're all
Yeah,
like
they all-
7
They're from
foot,
Serbia,
and they're from
too.
Serbia, which is a very fucked up country. If you guys want to actually
be
Google the
dropping
history of
bombs
that,
out
like,
there.
let's make this very clear. You think our hoods is something? Some of you guys really need to step out of the country and see other hoods.
I'm good.
Yeah, exactly. Like, this shit is crazy. And so, but the brothers left a tweet, which I thought was actually pretty classy. They said, look,
We'll be waiting for you.
yeah, well, yeah. They basically just say, hey, man, you know, it happened on the basketball court. Let it go. Leave it on the basketball court. You know, but if you want to take it to that next level, we'll be here ready for
It's
you.
up.
Yeah, like
My thing
just,
is like, I feel like people need. If you've seen Training Day, you know what I'm saying. If you've seen Training
They
Day,
in the
then I'm not. I know. Jokic and they ain't Russian,
Right.
but the way them Europeans operate,
Yeah, they see
I don't think they should leave that alone right now.
like I said, I don't know Markeith and Marcus's Morris hood resume. I don't know if they gang like there's certain guys in the league that are really like affiliated, like DeRozan.
Jackson. Yeah.
Steven Jack, like DeRozan's affiliated with the Crips, like real live with the Crips. Udonis Haslem, is like a real live Florida nigga. Like he's a real live, like he's that guy in Florida, like Big Meech type. Like I can call hits on you type shit. I don't know if the Morrises got it like that. I mean, if they do, okay, because the Jokic brothers are outnumbered here because they are in the U.S., but I don't know if they really got it like that. But
I mean, I feel like they're not really. It's not really gonna go.
I don't think it is either. It's an NBA storyline.
It's just a hype.
But watching it, and I'm just gonna say this because I'll have it on record. No, I don't believe Jokic was wrong. I do believe. Let me put it like this. If you are willing to cross the line into dirty territory, get ready to get dirty.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you can't do dirty shit as a player, and you can be physical. There is a balance, and we know this as hoopers in this room, between physical play and dirty play. There is a difference, right? Physical, I can respect. I can respect that.
some
Like physical,
all up
that's
in my
it's
face, you feel me?
yeah. A little bit of trash talking, barking,
Probably
like
grab my jersey, yank my jersey. one
yeah,
time real quick.
Like a
But
little bit
don't
of
try to elbow me when you walk past and the ref turned around.
yeah.
You feel me?
Now you crossing the line into
Yeah.
okay. Now you want to play dirty. If you gonna do some dirty shit, expect to get dirty. You know what I mean? And unfortunately, what happened with Morris. He did some dirty shit and thought he was gonna walk away clean.
He didn't think Jokic was gonna do that.
Yeah, he thought Jokic wasn't gonna do nothing, and then he got
fucked up.
How he didn't feel that big ass nigga coming? Like
he just didn't think. He thought, oh, I got this. I punked him. Like, and Jokic said, hey man, I'm 7 foot or 6'11", whatever they list him as, 284, and I'm coming at you full head of steam.
Full speed.
Full head of steam. And this is the one thing you fans and you casuals sometimes need to know, because of course I see all the Twitter comments and all this shit. Y'all need to start going to some NBA games and literally seeing how physically big these people are.
I thought I was big.
Nah, them motherfuckers.
We went to a college game.
Yeah,
not even a league game.
They giants out there, man.
Girl team. The girl team was huge, bruh. I swear, I can't make this shit up. We walking in the hallway. Either the girls getting ready to play, or they just got done playing, or what. But the girls is giants. They giants. Like, I swear, they hella big, bruh. Like, so that shit crazy.
That's why I want people to understand, because you see. You and I both know. We see the comments or social media, be these dudes. Oh, Dwight Howard's a bitch. Yeah. Bro, have you seen Dwight Howard? That motherfucker is huge.
I ain't never seen him, but I know he huge.
He huge. I'm like, you would not say this shit to these people's faces. Like, stop with all that shit. You know what I mean?
Jason Tatum is damn near huge.
Yeah, they're all big. Like,
I seen him in person. That nigga's damn near huge.
Like
no cap.
Well, what I try to tell people, I'm like, because, I've had kids and like, Steph Curry's not that Steph Curry's 6'3".
Yeah.
He's 6'3".
Well,
like, he's not a short guy. He just looks hella small to everybody out there. That's all. Like, you guys need to understand that when you say some of the dumb shit you say in the comments, man. True. But with that storyline, I mean, I don't think it's gonna grow anymore. I hope it doesn't. At the end of the day, it was too. I mean, Markieff Morris is fine. He didn't have sustained any injuries, or he's fine. Jokic is going to get suspended. It's going to be at least 1 or 2 game suspension.
They said Morris got fined $50,000, and Jokic is fined 1 game.
Okay, so I mean, it's going to happen, huh?
Would you rather be fined $50,000 or 1 game?
I don't know. It depends. I got 1 game is probably cost more though, right? Yeah, because you get paid in your you get paid by the to be fair, not the games you played, because obviously if you claim injury and stuff like that, but in the contract, it's the stipulation that you're playing these games. When you suspend a game, they basically subtract. That's like a day's worth of work gone, right? It's like you didn't work your shift, so they're taking that away. Yeah. So that just costs more. But I mean, Jokic ain't broke. He ain't worried about it. But no, it's just let that be a lesson to some of you guys out there. If there's any of those guys who play dirty, you do some dirty shit.
Around.
Yeah. Right? Expect some shit to happen. Like, you do some dirty shit, expect some shit to happen.
Back up slowly, like.
Exactly. I want to move on to kind of hot take, with some of the current events. Let's talk about Travis Scott. Obviously, because of having DB here and him being an artist, and we talked about it obviously with AT, but there's new developments. I don't know if you've been looking at some of the stuff. I've been looking at some of the stuff on YouTube as more developments are coming out. First off, again, let me offer my condolences from Bout That Life podcast about the people who lost their lives and the families affected by that,
for real,
and the people injured.
Unfortunate.
Yeah, it's not a joke, and it's not okay. Nobody expects to go to a concert to pass away. I mean, that's just how. I mean, you go to a concert, and again, you could speak on the reflection as an artist because you've done concerts and things like that. I mean, I'm sure you go with the intent of just entertaining the crowd, having good energy, having a good time. I mean, that's typically what you would think.
Get crazy, but I ain't never even seen nobody too much get any type of injured at a show. I don't know if I'm not big enough or what, but I've never even seen a fight break out in the crowd or like anything like.
But I'm pretty sure you don't encourage it at your shows. You're not telling people, "Oh, let's fight, let's go do."
The show, find who you don't like in the crowd.
That's the difference, because all this news is coming out and these videos have come out and all this where Travis Scott has a history of inciting violence. and at the show, and it became
mosh pits.
Yeah, mosh. It's so now
But
it's.
that's that rock star shit though.
Yeah, that's true.
Like that mosh pit shit and that, like, you feel me? That like mosh pits are literally big ass circles and niggas running in punching each other, like literally. Like,
I don't know the appeal of that.
I don't get it neither, but like it's not really that mosh pit shit was before Travis's time.
Yeah,
like, you feel
that's
me?
true.
So, like,
yeah, that was honestly when I was in high
blame
school.
him for that. Oh, he insinuated he wants mosh pits and he wants it to be violent. No, it's not violent. It's rock. It's just a rock star lifestyle. Like if you're not in it, you don't think that you wouldn't understand. Like you have to be either going to concerts, popping out to shows, doing shows, a part of that lifestyle to understand the feeling when you in there and it's happening. Like, you feel me? Now, I've been hearing a hell of stuff like a dude was sticking people with drugs in there and doing shit like that. So I feel like if that is true, then that's a big reason on why people was tripping out in there, like damn near borderline going crazy, trying to get in or whatever. I didn't even see. I seen a couple of videos.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's
whatever was going on. Like,
there's been different reports of like, you know, of course, people are going to the demonic conspiracies and, you know, saying, oh, this was the Illuminatis and this was a sacrifice. I'm gonna cut away from all that because that to me is just bullshit. I'm just gonna go basically pure off the logic and facts. It was overcapacity, which shouldn't have happened. Unfortunately, he was inciting a lot of this behavior, which he is going to be liable for. And, you know, people have already started lawsuits and things like that.
I did see that.
Yeah. You know, the videos that are surfacing of of Kylie Jenner and them being escorted out, literally by people that were dying, or passed out, shows a discrepancy of what the security guards had put out there saying. The security was basically, and the police were saying, oh, it was so crowded we couldn't get people out. Well, this video contradicts that statement because you are literally, they were saying, let's get the important people out. But the person that's lying dead 3 feet away, we're not going to worry about them because they're not the important people. Because they showed video of them getting the VIP people out, but they weren't getting the people that were actually passed out and things. But security was saying, oh, we just couldn't do it. We couldn't get to them. We couldn't get people out. Well, this video, that's what I'm saying. We live in the age of transparency. Everybody has a camera. You're better off just telling the fucking truth. You know what I mean? Like, stop lying and just tell the truth. Just say, hey, we should have helped that person. We didn't. And, you know, Kylie and Travis and them are paying us, so we made them the priority. I mean, as fucked up as that sounds, that's probably the truth.
I was just gonna say that's
the truth. You saying like that guy's not paying us?
Yeah.
They're not the millionaire. We just didn't make that guy the priority. You know, and it's sad, but the things are designed this way. The capacities and everything are designed this way for safety. When, for instance, when they say an elevator can have a capacity of 35 people or X amount of pounds.
Don't go 50 people.
Exactly. You don't put fucking 50 people. But unfortunately, because remember, around 2 p.m., people broke in through the barriers and the gate and broke into Astro World. It was thousands. It wasn't like a couple, like 50 people. It was thousands of people who broke in. And those same thousands of people who broke in are now going to the concert. And they're now making it past capacity, which then makes it unsafe.
Yeah, for sure. Thousands of people probably didn't even get tickets.
Yeah, that were broke in. Thousands. It wasn't, you know what I mean? So, you know, this is going to be an interesting storyline. Obviously, there's going to be a lot of people paying the price. And, you know, all I can do is say prayers and hope we learn from a mistake like this. When you look at it as an artist, I mean, what do you take from something like this? Because again, you don't know your path. You're still young. You're a young man and you're still up and coming. Who knows? You might be in the next Travis Scott.
Shit.
In terms of your popularity, not don't make the same mistakes. I'm talking about popularity. You get that level of DBBoutabag gets that level of popularity. What do you do?
And something like that happens at my show?
No. I would hope to God you would not let nothing like that happen at your show. But I'm just saying, what do you learn from that? What do you see from that?
I see he should have damn near. He was supposed to cancel the show. He was supposed to cancel the show after people broke into Astro World. Because first off, that's as corny as it sounds. Like, I could just imagine how much them tickets was.
$800.
Okay, boom,
Yeah.
$1,000 ticket.
Yeah.
Okay, let's think about that. $1,000 ticket to stand up.
That's crazy.
Damn near in the back of this big ass crowd, not even front and center. I could just imagine how much the tickets was to say, oh, first entrance or front row or whatever. You feel me? So for thousands of people to break in, not paying no band, no nothing, like he was supposed to shut that down. He was supposed to like just off of having respect for the fans that actually did pay that money and they actually did travel, because fans travel. Like, they will travel 6 hours to come see you because that's the closest you're ever going to be to them.
And and at the end of the day, not to cut you off, but I'm just saying fans make you guys who you are. You know what I mean? Like, and you got to appreciate that and respect it.
You got to for sure appreciate that. Like, he was supposed to cancel the show for sure. Like, he was supposed to cancel it. And me, personally, I feel like he kept it going because he knew it was going to go viral.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah.
The people breaking into it, he knew that was gonna go viral. Like, he knew what was going on. I'm not gonna say he knew they was gonna break in and people was gonna die.
Yeah.
But I feel like after the break in, like I'm pretty sure he was up to par with everything that's going on at his park. Like, let's be real right now. I'm pretty sure if think of break into your house or break into your brand new amusement park, whatever, you're gonna know what's going on.
Right.
Like, somebody's gonna call you like, it's getting kind of crazy here.
Yeah.
Like, you feel me?
Yeah.
So
Right.
I feel like he should have been prepared for the worst.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about you, Mark? Any thoughts on all this craziness?
Yeah, man. Like I said, I've been seeing a lot of videos and everything like that, and it kind of it seems like I don't want to say he don't give a fuck, but I just feel that it got too far.
Yeah, definitely
You know what
got
I'm
too
saying?
far.
Too far.
Way too far early.
Yeah, and I feel like it's going to. We'll see how, just moving on with his career, but that's going to be there.
That's
for his career. Like,
he damn near got 8 bodies.
Yeah.
Damn. I mean, that's tough, and
He damn near got 8 bodies that he got to account for.
I guarantee you this: anybody who does mass concerts like this from now on, there's going to be tremendous
for sure
pressure and safety measures now in place.
Yeah.
It is never going to be the same.
Be fun no more.
It's never going to be the same. I can guarantee you that. Yeah. You know what I mean? But but from this show again, condolences to the people out there, the people that are still dealing with the psychological and residual effects of it. It's just bad. It's just bad all around in terms of, because again, you go into something like that, just wanting to have a great time and wanting to just have a good experience.
You wouldn't even think like.
Yeah.
You would never think going into something like that, it would end up like that. And it's not even like the concert got shot up or something.
Yeah.
Like, you feel me? It's
Yeah.
not even like somebody came in shooting or it was it's like these is people literally getting stomped on to death.
Yeah.
Like, getting trampled over to death. Like,
I saw a video.
that is many.
I don't know if you guys saw it, like when the people broke through and there were people under.
Yeah.
Like, they looked like zombies.
It looked like World War Z.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
No cap. It looked like
man.
when they was climbing up the wall.
Yeah.
That shit looked crazy.
Jumping
bro.
over each other. It was crazy.
I just man.
Somebody died right there, damn near.
Bro.
And that little first, gate
Yeah.
falling.
Yeah.
Because it was it was too many people.
Yeah.
Just
People on top running.
I
crazy.
guarantee people gonna learn from this, man. Well then,
Sure.
moving on to our next topic. I want to circle back to a little bit of AAU basketball, a little bit of stuff like that. The biggest thing I wanted to talk about was, we've touched on it a lot in this show, but this is the last thing about it. It's just the impact. I want a lot of parents listen to the show, and I want the parents to hear it, as often as they can. But and then, Derrick, this is mainly a question you can reflect on and things like that. But coaches have a good can have a really positive or negative impact on a kid's life. Period. Right.
Definitely.
Just period. And
I've experienced both.
Right. And I want parents to more or less I want them to hear this episode and go to their coaches that at least their kids really appreciate and say thank you. You know what I mean? Because again, we understand as kind of coaches, even trainers, it's kind of a thankless job. Like, of course we're getting like especially when you're training, you're getting paid obviously to do a service, but there's so much more that goes into that. You know what I mean? Like when I was even having, you and Duran train and stuff like that. And it wasn't like their parents didn't pay me. I just took them up here and was like, come on, we're going to go work out and things like that. His mom was really cool. She was always thankful for me being in their life and being in his life. And they always said thank you. But I think a lot of people out there, especially in this day and age, started to take for granted. So I'm just kind of want to hear from you guys, having a great coach in your life, just a great person that can help influence you in a positive way. How's that impacted you? I mean, how do you feel?
I feel like for me and for my situation, it was more of a blessing for me because of my background and where I came from. You feel me? And from going here to this big ass AAU facility, I feel like that's what it was. It wasn't. How can I say it? Like, it's like it was a different experience. You feel me? Like, it was a different experience, but at the same time, the coaches, because a coach can have you feeling like you could be the worst player. Mm-hmm. But a coach will still have you feeling motivated to play and go harder, you feel me? But then there's also coaches that make you feel like the worst player, like you just suck, like you just need to get on the bench and just hang it up. You feel me? I'm not going to drop no names, but I got kicked off of a team because I had a job interview.
Wow.
And I went to my job interview instead of practice. Missed one day of practice.
Wow. Oh,
one day, I missed one day of practice. Came to practice early, like I got a job interview, coach. Coach gave me an ultimatum: you either gonna play on this team or you gonna do this.
Oh wow!
So me sophomore year, and like I was telling y'all earlier, so money. But I was growing up. You feel me? I wanted to start buying my own clothes. I wanted to start getting ready to take care of myself. You feel me? So I went to the job interview.
Yeah,
like,
good for you.
Me?
That's good.
Like I went to the job interview. And that discouraged me. That moment right there was probably a big reason why I stopped hooping.
Wow.
No
That's
cap.
fucked up.
Like that moment, him telling me that was a big reason why I stopped hooping. So parents definitely need to. I ain't even gonna say admire. I'm gonna say appreciate coaches that's actually in their child's life and actually doing stuff outside of the training. Like, even when it just comes to little advice during training, you feel me? Even when it comes to just chopping it up, sometimes your kid is irritated with you all day. You feel me? And sometimes this facility helps them blow off steam. You feel me? You come and chop it up with your coach, and you could come just chop it up about what's been going on at home or whatever, this and that, etc. So coaches are important, especially a good coach, a positive coach that's going to make your child feel secure and act, because it's all about having fun at the end of the day. You feel me? Because coach is not going to be in here and be like, oh, well, if you're not a winner, then you have to get out. You feel me?
Yeah.
So
not me anyway.
Yeah, it's all about having fun like that, and I feel like that's what coach always instilled to me and my team and all the teams that he always coached with us. Like, it's always about having fun at the end of the day, learning, growing, and just becoming a man at the end of the day. Like, you feel me? So I feel like coaches, it plays a big role
for sure.
in
what about
the kids, like, just development.
Yep.
Well, what about you, Mark? Any comments or thoughts about that one?
I mean, for me, especially for us, like, like we didn't have trainers or a mentor or something. And for me, especially when you have a kid who may be very, very passionate about, a sport, whether it's basketball. For me, I'll talk about basketball. Like me, like growing up, I was very passionate about basketball. My parents, they weren't really involved. Like, they didn't, of course, at the end they were about school, go to school. Right. But of course, I went to school, but I was like, Dad, like, I want to play I never played in the AAU. You know what I'm saying? I always wanted to play football. My parents didn't have the money for that. And through that process, me going to JUCO and me finding a way, like every kid's dream is to play in the NBA.
Of course, for sure, definitely.
for me to be able to do what I did, working at Outback Steakhouse, bussing tables, selling my car to go to a tryout overseas, to play 4 years in Asia, to me, like, that was my MBA. But to me now, to be a trainer, to where now I'm helping kids, where I knew I didn't have this person to, you know, whether it was me getting the wrong agent, whether it was me just spending all my money overseas to get tattoos and basketball shoes, and, you know, to now where, and even the training side of it, where I, like, you know, I would go to the park and just shoot, you know, to now where I study the game and I can go to these kids and be like, you know, because again, you can have so many different people who can influence you the wrong way and say they know what it takes, but they didn't even go through the journey to where I can tell my kids, like, yo, I did this wrong. Just do this right. And I feel like I've seen that happen with certain kids that I work with, if they have the passion for it. And then it goes around to now take away the basketball stuff. Now we can talk about the life stuff. You know what I'm saying? To where now, like, the kids who end up stop playing basketball, they can still take those ideas, those philosophies, you know what I'm saying, of life, and
apply them somewhere else.
Exactly. You know, and I'm seeing that, you know, like I one kid that he used to always get in, Marcus. You remember we had him and his dad here.
Yeah.
West Coast Impact. You know, and Marcus, you know, used to get in a lot of trouble, and he started playing basketball only 2 years, and I started training him.
Right.
But it wasn't even about that, because he was still raw. But it was just because he was in the culture and around all the guys. And now we're about to go to the Olympics in high jump.
Yeah.
Puerto Rico national team. All because
I've been seeing the posts. That's
good.
Man.
All because of the things, because he was just around us.
The guidance he had.
Exactly.
It's that hoop. I'm telling you, that hoop.
It's big time, man.
It really opened your eyes, like, especially when you're on that track, getting in trouble as a young dude. Hanging around, you feel me? Like, this, going from that to coming here is definitely a totally different experience. It's different. It feel good. Like, you feel me? It feel good. It make you want to do more of it. It make you want to do better. You feel me? It make you want to do better as yourself. Like, you feel me? I can't really explain it, because I've never really been a good talker when it came to, like, what something is doing for me. Like, it's hard for me to explain what's going on, but I just know.
You know,
like,
it's there.
Yeah, I know it's there. Like, I know what it did, but it's kind of hard for me to put in words. You put it in the best way. You explained it best. That last explanation, that was the best way it could have went. Like,
well, then that's what I want parents to realize. Like, you know, when you guys hear my show, I want you guys to understand that, you know, and I say this all the time. I came up with the idea of this show, just hearing people's stories and getting the information out there. I wanted a place where people could sit down. We can sit in a room, just talk good basketball for a good hour or so, and just the impact it's had on people's lives and things like that. But also so parents can understand, you know, because we mainly working with kids, right? We're working with youth. We're working with their most valuable, precious thing that we have the same investment. We understand that there's good, there's bad, and typically, hopefully, if they're a good coach, a good person, we want what's best for them.
In my opinion, or for me, I'm gonna say for me, because I don't really necessarily know all of your kids' situations and, you know, whatever they got going on. But I know for me, like, this YBA stuff, this AAU, kept me out of a lot of trouble. A whole lot. You feel me? Like, sometimes I didn't even have time to go outside after a training
because
session.
I catch your ass with this motherfucker with me all the time. Like, I mean,
beat, and I got school in the morning. Like, we've been training since. That room over there with the oh my God, we'll be in there till 11.
But that's what I wanted. That was the goal. Keep him out of trouble, right?
Like, and till 11 after school, 4 to 11. You have to stay with him. First off, you have to train, and then you have to wait with him to train his other kids
and shoot around while they wait.
Like, bruh. So,
but it was always the end game for me. It was always just to keep these guys focused, keep someone positive in their life. I mean, one story, you know, go story time. One last thing before we get out of here soon. That really, just so people understand how deep this rooted is to me, as far as just trying to not only help a kid but save a kid's life, especially if I can, you know, because I'm very much a proponent of trying to help my community and, you know, my black community. Yes, I'm speaking on that in case people are wondering, what does he mean? My black community. I'm a brother. At the end of the day, I want to help. I want to help younger brothers find success. It was one night, and you remember this. I think I talked about it on my Instagram a long time ago. Him and Duran, they didn't have any food. Let me just put it simply like that. I won't get into all the details because that's pretty personal to all three of us. But basically, they didn't have any food for a while. And they called me one night and were like, Coach, we haven't eaten. And I was like, okay, like, what do you mean? They were like, we haven't had any groceries or anything in the house, you know. Duran's mother was having issues at the time. You know, Derrick's mom just wasn't there for whatever reason. And they called me. You know what I mean? That the fact that they felt comfortable enough to give me that type of information, first off, because keep in mind that we got 16 at the time, 16 or 17.
And we was sitting in there contemplating for so long what we was going to do.
Yeah. And you got to keep in mind, they're young men, young black men. There's pride there, you know what I mean? But for them to feel comfortable enough to call me and say, hey, Coach, we haven't eaten, man.
And we didn't even expect him to go full-fledged grocery shopping.
Yeah, I went grocery shopping. And it was the middle. I think it was like, they asked me like, can you just get us a pizza? I said no.
Yeah,
I said,
like that.
I was like, because you were at Duran's house,
Yep,
I think, and I said, and he lives in South Sac, so this is I live in North Sac, so this was at least a 40-minute drive for me, 30, 40 minutes, and they were like, and I said, tell me what you want, and I'm on my way. And
we sent them a little list, and 30 minutes later, he pulled up with hella groceries.
Wow.
I spent about $200 in groceries, and I, you know, it ain't about the money. I didn't give a shit. I went down the street and I made. So I said, "Are you guys good? Is there anything else you need?"
Another story off topic. He didn't got us. He got us literally coaching jobs at Sly Park.
Yeah, I remember that.
After that,
yeah,
like
That's
we was
dope.
like, mind you, we players ourselves. We damn near on a JV AAU team. So like, and we didn't know who was going out there to coach. It was like, we think we just gonna go out there cleaning up, help around a little bit.
Yeah.
It turns out we damn near out there coaching younger kids. Like, you feel me? Getting paid. Like I remember it was a weekend. I believe it was like 2 or 3 days or something.
Yeah.
We was out there, but we got paid like $100. $100. It wasn't much, but going. And he wasn't there. He didn't go. So we had to we was reflections of him that weekend. You feel me?
That's dope.
So going and taking care of business and you feel me, us actually getting paid and getting that little check or whatever, boom. It kind of, you feel me, made us feel good. Like it made us feel like, you feel me, we was growing. It made us feel like men, like young men that he wanted us to be. Like it made us that was needed.
Sound like a game changer right there.
Because you know we always talk about me and you and anyone on the show. We always talk about how it's deeper than basketball and things like that. It's just, you know, I just want people to hear that story. Like,
Love that.
It's not about making me look a certain way or trying to say like, oh, look how great. No, I just want coaches and parents and everyone to hear like, if you really are serious about this shit. It's going to be deeper than the game itself.
For sure.
And it has to be if you're passionate about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're just coming into this, and there are AAU coaches, independent clubs, and programs that I know for a fact it's all about trying to live some type of glory. They didn't do shit themselves, so they're trying to live through the kids, or it's about trophy chasing, all that. If you're coming into that with that, well, if you're coming into this with that type of mentality, you're only going to make it so far. You know, you're not going to be here you're the infinite game. You're a finite player in the game. You're only going to be here for so long. I don't care if it's a year. It could be 2 years, 3 years. It could be 10 years. At some point, you're going to end because your motivations are just in the wrong place. But if you're coming into this to just want to love the game, help some kids get better at basketball, and then build relationships with them and just watch them grow up and be great people like I get a chance to watch this bum over here do, you're coming into it with the right mentality. So, you know,
Amen.
Yeah, that's just, you know, like, and not to get too deep and philosophical, but
that's just true though. Like, you feel me? I ain't gonna lie. Like, if you felt cringy over that, like, you just can't understand. You wouldn't understand no real shit. Like, simplified, that's just some real shit.
Yeah, man. It's just I I always want people to see the show and understand, like, man, I'm just coming from a place of wanting to see people be better, do better, get better. And basketball is just the catalyst to unify us. You know, with all that being said, I want this was a great show. Another great one. I'm glad Derrick, your ass, finally could make it here. Shit. For those listening to and probably watching on the YouTube, we are going to leave links for all his information. You know, shoot him a follow, watch his career.
I have a YouTube channel also.
Oh, you do? Oh, excuse me.
YouTube channel, DBBoutabag, capital DB dot capital B Boutabag.
Good.
I got new videos on there, vlogs on there, album audios, anything y'all need.
So all that will be in the description. We'll get all that information out. You know, the biggest thing out right now is you know, everybody's season coming up, hoop season coming up. Yeah. Go out there, kill it. You know, you got high school, college. You know, it's all about for the most part, college is geared up a little bit, but you know, I know you got MJ's game this Thursday.
San Jose State, Cal State.
Yeah, shout out to MJ, man. Go out there and kill it. Also want to do a shout out to the coach from CTB. Coach Jay. Big shout out to you, brother. He was also another brother that was, you know, in his life. He didn't coach him per se, but he was always there and had his back. But love what you do, man. He's from West Oakland like myself, so big shout out to you.
Count the Bucket, a great program.
Yeah,
great
CTB,
program.
Count the Buckets, man. He's doing good work, and he's all about the kids too. He's all about the kids big time. So, you know, keep doing your thing, brother. Mark, you got anything else?
No, man. Hey, man, it was great meeting you. Keep inspiring.
Nice to meet you too, bro.
Yeah, man. I'm a big fan.
I gotta come pull up to one of the practices.
Yeah. Oh, my guys gonna go crazy for real. They will.
I gotta pull up.
No, big shout out to everybody, man, and stay safe out there. Hit that follow, hit that like if you feel like it. Thank you for my Patreon members, our subscribers. Keep rolling with us, man. We're going to keep trying to grow this thing. Big shout out to Joe, our cameraman. He's doing great work right now. So, you know, his links will be there too. So you can give him a follow if you need some good work for some videos, some photos. This is the guy to talk to because he's doing great work right now. Everybody be safe, and we are out.